Welcome back to another episode of Off the Clock Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Boz, and today we have yet another interview for you all. But before we get into that, make sure to follow me on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. They'll be down in the description below. Make sure to follow me on all my socials so you can get notified whenever a new episode is dropped. All right? And guys, make sure to go check out last week's episode because it was our first one back, and it was with the women's basketball player here at TAMUK. It was with India Sedlina. It was an amazing interview, so go make sure you check that out. And with that being said, let's get into this week's episode, guys. This week is a special one because we are back doing the sport that I love. It's been a while, all right? It's been a while since I had a football player on. It's been since about July, I want to say, because in August, still we had some football players on. They were flag football players. Those were some great interviews. If you haven't already checked them out, go check them out. But make sure to come right back because this one is with another Javelina, someone who's been in the system before, left for a little bit, then came on back and has continued to shine here wearing the blue and gold. So with that being said, it's none other than Houston's very own Jakari Landry. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and just enjoy this amazing interview because trust me, it was one to remember. Let's go.
Off the clock, never needed no wristwatch. Toast up, cheers to life, but this ain't no pit stop. Ayy, my words don't get you to the top. Speak life into the mic like Mike at 90, pass me the rock. My words will touch thousands on the block. Without a doubt, but she's a reassurance on me, we lie. Ayy, off the clock, baby, but we tuned in, dialed in. Feel like Cat, how we always winning, man. It's up.
Jakari, man, thank you for joining, bro. We're finally back. Last week was my first episode, but now we're back, and now we're in the football season, so you're the first football player that I've had back on my interview for my podcast. So appreciate you for coming on. Appreciate you for joining, man. Thank you so much.
No problem, brother, no problem.
And so the first thing we're going to get into, man, and it's something that I had witnessed throughout the summer as you guys were working out with the team and everything. Something that I saw from you was your leadership. Your leadership to me kind of stood out as I saw you're out there calling the plays for the defense or while you are practicing during the summer, calling the plays, getting them in formation and everything, running some plays with them. How has it meant to you, or what has it meant to you being one of those voices, one of those leaders on the team so far?
Honestly, I'd say it's more of like like just want to be, not as much as a role model, just be a better teammate. Mm-hmm. Just being a better teammate as far as, that may take you to being a leader, maybe even being a follower some days, just being a better teammate in general, stick to the plan. Nothing as far as like pushing myself, I just have to be open. Be really willing to take criticism the same way I can give it out to a couple teammates, mm-hmm. all the time. As being a leader, you can't just say your way goes, Like some of the other guys on the team has, talked to me a few times and, I've had to change my approach in certain ways, just trying to be the best teammate mm-hmm. is really the biggest thing for me, not really just, you're a leader because you can get that title to anybody. Yeah. But being a good teammate is what everybody needs,
And have you felt yourself slowly grow into that role, or have you felt maybe having that role pushed onto you, or what have you felt?
It was more of like, a lot of people will like stand on the outside and try to gain respect, mm-hmm. But when you go like through everything with the guys, y'all up here at 6 o'clock in the morning, you going as hard as they going, and you understand like the sacrifices people have put in to be here. And then they lean on you for advice, and they lean on you to guide them in certain ways. That's where that comes from. It's not, like as far as being appointed, it's not really, it don't hold the same weight as when, people actually rely on you mm-hmm. instead of saying like, oh, he's just the leader, follow Jakari. Yeah. When people just naturally just jump on the train, as far as like including other guys, because there's a lot of leaders on the team outside myself that actually play a bigger role in helping me lead than, sometimes I do, as far as like everything. Because everybody don't wake up with 100% every day, mm-hmm. So you just bring what you got to the table, and the other leaders on the team will help me, push the narrative, push what we need to get going. And I feel like that's the biggest thing, just the guys trusting in me and the guys willing to, get behind me and go 110% with me. I feel like that's bigger than just a role being pushed on me, Like, I feel like I was accepted into the role instead of like it being forced up on me.
That's awesome. And it also does help, in my opinion, that you have been here over time. You have been here for a few years now, and so you understand what is needed and what it is to be a Javelina player. And so I'm sure that helps a lot too. Do you think?
Yeah, I feel like the true understanding of like the tradition of the school, and like with Coach Mo being on the staff, with a lot of the staff members having been played here, like you hear the stories, about all of these national championships.
What it used to be back in the day.
Like conference titles, and it's like, man, what does it actually take to get there? And that's the biggest question. Like, you truly will never know until you do exactly what it takes to get there. So, it's like real life, just sacrificing any and everything that, that comes with it. Like, some things just, people will call us crazy for it as being athletes, and trying to be leaders of a team. And, like, we give up our whole summers and, like, pretty much all the time, everything. Like, to dedicate ourselves to the game, and a lot of times all that dedication promises you nothing.
No, it's just a part of the process that you have to go through. And my question I wanted to ask, as soon as you brought up Coach Mo, what has it been as a player playing under some of the coaches that have been here as Javelinas? You have Coach Mo, last year head coach, Coach Salinas. You have Coach Jaime Martinez. I don't know if I'm missing anybody else on the coaching staff that has played here before, but they've all witnessed those championships and everything. Coach Mo was an All-American. What has it meant playing under some coaches like that have lived in this program?
I mean, you can just truly see, like, not just them telling you, you could see that it would mean the world to them, to bring that back. Just the culture, the environment that they were able to create, winning those championships, and like the tight-knit community they were able to have during those times. Like, the community of Kingsville is an amazing place. Like, truly, like, even, sometimes we don't do our best, we fire our best shot, they still got our backs, And that's one thing I'll say for sure. And you could just feel that the culture that they had was different, though. It was different. It's like, just the way they carry themselves, when they talk about, the history of the program. Like, so it kind of just, like, pushes you to, like, want that, because if you get an understanding of what it actually feels like to be a national champion, conference champion, I don't know what it feels like. I just know it's going to be different,
Yeah, we just hear the stories and we just, man, what if we can get back there? What if somehow we could find our way back there? And I'm sure, like you said, those coaches, I mean, what it would mean to them to have that opportunity to come back here at TAMUK. I'm sure it would be amazing for them. But now I wanted to take it back a little bit and talk about you growing up. At what age or when was it that you finally fell in love with the sport of football?
Honestly, like, my mom was pushing, like, everything as a kid,
All the sports.
Yeah, and, like, my sisters were cheerleaders. They loved cheering, and, so I started playing football. I was playing football at a young age, and then when I got into, like, middle school, my mom started focusing more on the grades, and then certain things happened, that kind of, like, shook that up a bit. And, like, she would take me, like, if I was to fail a class, like, in school, even though I was playing, like, the middle school I went to didn't have a football team.
Yeah.
I went to a charter middle school. So I would play select ball outside of that with the Fast Camp Eagles. Like, it was on, like, Friday night tights and whatnot.
Okay.
And, yeah.
I used to watch the Friday night tights.
So during, like, if I would, like, get, like, a C, my mom did, like, because my sisters were all A students. So if I would get, like, a C,
C was not.
my mom not going for it. So I would, like, I'll start the season playing, and then I wouldn't play no more. She'll take me off the team for a
Quit
season.
immediately.
And she's like, you can't play until you get that up. I'm like, man, like it's just a C, you know. But then as a kid, it doesn't mean that much to you until you actually, you know, start growing up. You like, man, these grades follow me wherever I go.
Oh yeah,
you know?
they do.
You don't pay attention to that when you're young in the 8th grade. You worry about, oh, the girl's gonna see me play football. Yeah, you know, and like growing up like that, you know, with circumstances in my life, you know, sometimes mom wasn't always there, dad wasn't always there. Me and my sisters kind of like almost, I say, raised each other with the help of my aunt, you know. And I feel like the biggest thing I take away from that was, you know, the relationship I was able to build with my sisters. Like, me and my sisters are like so close. Like, we, you know.
How many of you are there?
Well, my mom, she had 3 kids. But on my dad's side, I have like a total of like 16 siblings.
Dang.
So yeah, my dad is pretty, yeah. My dad had a lot of kids.
Pretty active.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. But yeah, like growing up, it was hard. Don't get it wrong. It was hard, but with seeing my sisters, you know, the way they like fought through everything, and like I always tell people, like my sisters are like my biggest heroes. Like regardless of, you know, our relationship. Or
and they're all older than you?
No, I actually have a younger sister. Well, I'm talking about like the 3. Like my mom had 3 kids.
Yeah, your main ones.
Yeah, so my older sister's like still going to this day. She got like 3 6-figure businesses, bro. She like she goes so hard. Like ended up creating a hair growth oil one day, man, and it's like her main business now. It's like everywhere. She got it in beauty supply stores and like going crazy on TikTok Shop. Like,
I might need it. My beard's a little messed up.
I'm telling you, exotic root hair care. It's pretty good, man. It's very good, actually. It's like helping people come back from like cancer treatments, like brain surgeries, like all kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
guys, we're finding something new out here.
She's doing pretty good, man. Like that's why I always say, and my younger sister's an influencer as far as like social media and stuff. She has a very big platform on Instagram and TikTok, you know, and like I've just never seen them quit.
Yeah.
You know, so like even when times got tough for me, when I wasn't playing football, when I was away from the game, and like I was like, that dream's over for me. You know, before Coach Mo brought me back here, I'm like, that dream's over for me, man. I've never seen my sisters quit. And I feel that came from, you know, pretty much having to like raise each other. Yeah. Like I groomed my sisters, they groomed me. Like I learned stuff from them, they learned stuff from me. But we 12 years old. My older sister 12, I'm 11. My younger sister 9. Like
we all still grinding.
We all learning from each other. Like my sisters wanted stuff. I'll wake up. I'm 12 years old. I'm going cut yards, trying my best to, you know, make money, bring home some food. Maybe stop by the beauty supply, grab my sister some Hello Kitty rings or something, because that was their thing, you know. And that's just what we could do, you know. And we just had each other back doing that growing up. And I'll say the person who like really pushed football on me and like made me fall in love with football, even after being removed from it, was my older brother. Like on my dad's side, I had a brother, like really, really good receiver, man. Really, really good receiver. And I would just sit in the house and watch his highlight tapes all day long. And like at that time, it was like, I forget what you call them, but like the big square black boxes that you put inside like the
I know what you're talking about.
You put inside the TV, like the big back TVs, you put that in there, the box TV, and you just hope that it plays. Like you put that on, man, I just sit there and just watch him catch touchdown after touchdown, block a field goal, take it back.
Watch him ball out.
Yeah, you know, and it's like, man, like I want to be like my brother someday. So like that's why I fell in love with the game of football, like watching my brother highlight tapes, and like just simply not wanting to quit, because I never seen my sisters quit. I never seen my mama quit. So that's the biggest thing I take away from it, because my mom and my sisters, those women never quit on me, and I never quit on them. So.
And how much would you say that the off-the-field circumstances helped you on the field, or would you say that they even helped you at all?
I would say the off-the-field circumstances, it just taught me, you know, that really nothing in this world is easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like anything that's worth it, you're going to have to fight for it. So when the door of football got closed on me, like, I could have took so many other paths, you know, but I just remember, like, I had a DM from Coach Mo from, like, months back, because I was at Texas State playing ball there, and I was planning on having a big year there, but I ended up being cut, like, after the portal deadline. Couldn't get in.
Whenever it's too late to leave.
Yeah, it's like I'm stuck. But last season, I got, like, I remember I had a DM from Coach Mo, and I texted him back, and I was like, hey, is this option still available? And I'm talking within 20 minutes, he texted me back. He's like, yeah, like, what's your GPA looking like? What's the transcript? Like, you know,
What's all this and that
I'm like,
looking
man, like, let's do it. And, you know, the process of doing that, and with me being out of the portal window, I had to end up walking on here last semester. So I wasn't on scholarship, like, last football season. I wasn't, you know, guaranteed nothing. Coach Mo told me, like, we'll bring you back in, you know, but you'll be on a prove-it deal. And I feel like the outside circumstances of never seeing my sisters quit with any opportunity they ever got, I just was like, you put me on a prove-it deal, I'm going to prove it.
I'll take it.
Give it to me.
Give me the opportunity. That's all you need.
I got it. And every time, like, things get hard, like, 'cause there was moments where I would be standing on the sideline, only going out on kickoff. That's the only snap I'm getting at a game, you know, last year.
But you're giving it your all.
But
I'm
like,
one play.
At my all. I'm trying to lose a leg or something. Like, my all. 'Cause I'm like, man, if my sister's willing to drive down here to watch me run down on kickoff only, I'm finna give them a show every chance I get to run down on this kickoff.
You got to prove him it was worth it.
Prove to him it was worth it every time, you know. And, like, that's the biggest thing, man. And I've met people along the way, you know, that also, like, helped me, like, with the outside circumstances. I had a coach named Coach Taiki, and, you know, he was able to bring a lot of stuff out of me, because he kind of grew up in the same manner I did, you know, like the absence of parents, but not because they just didn't want to be there. You know, things happen.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, man. So I say the things that I experienced outside of football, honestly, really still stick with me to this day, because I really could still choose anything else besides football, but I know this game has, like, pretty much saved my life in a lot of ways. So
it means more than just the game.
Yeah, a lot more, you know.
And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand, or a lot of people take for granted. They think it's just a game, but a lot of times, I mean, this game means more than anything for a lot of people. It's a life-changing sport to many people, and it seems like for you, it's been one of those things where throughout your life, it's been that thing to help you along the way. And in your high school years, you went to Hightower High School?
Yes, sir.
How would you say that those years helped you going into, or how were those high school experiences for you?
My high school experiences, it was fun. You know, like, when I first got to Hightower, I had already missed, like, the summer workouts and whatnot, because I hadn't been playing football. Because I told you my mom took me off the middle school teams I was on. My middle school team didn't have a football team. So when I got to Hightower, like, I hadn't really played a game of football.
Was your middle school an extension, or was your high school an extension of your middle school, or was it completely different schools?
Completely different. My middle school was in Southside Houston, right off OST, which is Old Spanish Trail in Houston. Probably one of the most dangerous streets in that area. Like, down in there. And then my mom decided that we was gonna move when she finally got back home. We moved, and I ended up going to Hightower. I used my aunt address to go to Hightower, actually. I still wasn't zoned there, even in the place we had moved to. Got to Hightower, missed all the workouts, the summer workouts, so I was way behind. When I first got there, I went to go play quarterback and receiver. And it was like the first day of practice, like I went, got all my paperwork signed, went, got a physical, did all that, and like I went to go play quarterback and receiver because that's what I had. I played quarterback in select football, so I went to go play quarterback and receiver, and like the first day of practice, coach was like, "Nope, nope, nah, that ain't it.
We gotta find you a new job.
You going to play linebacker." So I went to play linebacker, and it was kind of crazy how things played out because, coming in as a late freshman, there's a chance that you never get a chance to play, that season. Mm-hmm. But I actually started like the next week. But it wasn't because I was just good. It was because, injuries happened in that game.
They need bodies. They
needed a body. So I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew right from left, and he would tell me, So I was out there calling, making time. I think my first high school game was against Lamar High School, like as a freshman. And they beat us they beat the crap out of us. It was like 30-something-6. But I played. I was a B team player because I had just got there, and then I eventually got moved up to 18 before the end of the season, and it was fine. My sophomore year, I played JV, and I was making plays on JV. I felt like I should have been on varsity, but there were guys. We had a pretty stacked high school team. Some of the greatest athletes I've ever seen come out of my school, and that. The summer of my sophomore year, that's when I met Coach Taki, the guy I mentioned earlier. We don't talk much now, but yeah, that man played a big role in helping me understand what I actually could do as a player. Because I was big-headed, once I started getting, college talks and all of that. So one day at practice, he was like, you think you can out-coach me? I was like, I'll try. So I tried, and we was in practice. It was a 7-on-7 practice, and he was like, "You call the defense, and I'm gonna call offense." Scored on us like 5 times in a row, like 2 plays. I'm like, "You got it." I'm like, "You got it. Like, I'm not doing this no more. You got it." And I feel like that was a big moment for me because he was like, "Man, I believe in you so much, but you got to be coachable." And that coachable word just stuck with me forever. You honestly got to be coachable, and it's not just about the game of football. You got to be willing to take coaching in everything you do. Yeah. Like somebody can tell you, if you just sit and listen, people will give you answers to everything in the world. So just being coachable, like somebody's been through what you're trying to go through already. So if they can coach you up to not make the mistakes they made before, listen. That was the biggest thing I take away from that moment, not just the fact that I was humbled in the craziest way. But that moment changed my whole high school career. After that, as a junior, I started my first 2 games on JV. I was making crazy plays. I got moved up to varsity, which I moved up again only to play special teams. It's like the same thing that happened to me here. I moved up, and then I started getting reps in the game. I started making plays, but we still had guys ahead of me, seniors who was they just wanted to play. But I was still playing my role. And then my senior year is when it all changed for me. We got a new head coach come in. He changed my position. I started playing a nickel position, nickel linebacker, hybrid guy named Coach. It was a guy named Coach Sam. He came in, Joseph Sam. I think he coaches at, if I'm not mistaken, Bowie. I think it's Arlington Bowie or something like that right now. And he taught me a lot about the game. Just because he was understanding about a lot of stuff, and he believed in me. I ended up starting my whole senior year, went first team all district. I got the family award from my team. I was already being placed on the leadership council in high school, with him, and he was able to, talk to me. Because at first I didn't believe that I was gonna get any offers. I didn't think I did enough. But once I started getting first team all district awards, players of the weeks and things like that, I'm like, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
And was that finally the moment where you realized hey, I can take this to the next level, or was there any time beforehand where you're like, all right, I got a chance to go on and do something?
The biggest moment that when I realized I could actually do it was when my teammates, like some of my teammates, I had a teammate named Christian Hood. Probably, if you watch this dude, Christian Hood is supposed to be in the league right now. Everybody who knows this and everybody who sees this that I know will tell you the exact same thing. Christian Hood is supposed to be in the league. That dude's probably the crazy. I seen that man power clean 725 pounds as a freshman in high school.
Holy crap.
Benched like 355, like freak athlete. Like, and I seen he went to college. He actually graduated early our senior year. After the season, he won district MVP on defense. Went to Duke, started as a freshman the next season. And I don't know his backstory, like what happened, but I ended up talking to him and he was like, man, the game is just not the same at the college level for me. And he just walked away from the game. Like even after like starting the game as a freshman versus Notre Dame, like,
he just walked away.
Walked away from the game.
Hey.
And like when I seen those guys around me start getting offers, we had a lineman named Smart Chabuzo, like picked up a Georgia A&M offer like sophomore year of high school. I'm like, oh, I can go big with this. Like I was like,
my teammates do
it. Yeah, like you know, like, and I'm not too shabby myself. You know, I'm like, I got a chance, man. I can really do it. You know, and then things just start buzzing for me. And that's when I was like, man, I got a chance at this, you know, and I'm a pretty good player myself.
And is it a different feeling in the school or going to a school where you see your teammates getting offers like that, and it gives you hope that, hey, if I continue working this hard, I can get those offers? Because I went to my listeners, everybody knows, I went to a small 2A school where there was 40 people in my graduating class. I mean, we didn't have anybody like that. I didn't see any people getting those offers and doing stuff like that. Was it a different feeling going to a school and playing alongside teammates that were getting offers, and did it boost your confidence? Do you feel like it boosted your playing?
Absolutely, because at first, like, I forgot to mention Kobe. We had a guy named Kobe, and I would see the way, you know, like, Kobe had offers, you know, picked up big time offers, ended up going to Rice, being running back and a receiver at Rice. They were just so humble. Like, those guys, like, they didn't flex about it. Like, they was like, oh, bro, like, you're up next, you know? So, like, just those guys.
You coming.
Like, just those guys being like, you know, of course, you know, they're going to post their offers like, oh, big time, you know. Yeah. Once you get a big time offer, you get a little swag to you, you know.
When it posted
you
up,
know, you get a little swag to you, you know. But I feel like those guys just like, it was almost like a culture. Because we had guys, like I seen the stars like on our team. We had receivers go big time. We had DBs go big time. Quarterbacks go big time. Like, that was just, you know, our school had already had a history of being recruited heavily when we played heavily recruited teams. So, like, I've played guys that are in the league currently, like some stars in the league right now, like Devon A-Chain, played him when he went to Marshall. My senior year, Parker Washington for the Jaguars right now. Played him, Devon Campbell, I think he with the Chargers right now.
God.
Yeah, we played some guys, like big-time guys like Layden Robinson. If I'm not mistaken, he graduated from A&M. The Patriots drafted him. Yeah, I played some guys in high school.
Yeah, I know. One time,
guys.
I interviewed EB last year, and he was saying that one of the players he went up against, Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah,
that was insane.
Yeah.
But y'all had some competition, because what A was Hightower?
My freshman year and sophomore year we were 6A. My junior year and senior year we moved up to 5A, but we went 5A D1. So we were still playing schools that were like wicked. Like, we played a Shadow Creek school my senior year. That I think, if I'm not mistaken, they had they whole starting defense, the all 11 went Division I. Like, all Power 5. Like, they all went Power 5 at the time. It was Power 5. They all went Power 5. Some of the backups went Division I. they had very minimum people go Division II. Like then the whole starting offense went Division I. Like receivers went U of H, starting quarterback went to Baylor. He's a starting quarterback at Virginia Tech right now, Kyron Jones. So I played like
just dogs on.
Yeah, dogs. You got Alec on the AD line. He's at Virginia Tech right now. Like I played freak athletes. Like it was crazy. Like you had like I mentioned earlier, Vaughn. Like you playing Vaughn, and all of a sudden he just take off running. Like, nobody's catching him. Like so you had to be good. And I played played good athletes. So to say I was on the field and I was making plays versus them, I'm like, I gotta have something.
Yeah.
Like there has to be something to me. Like I don't think I'm the best because I see sometimes they get the best of me, but it got to be something to it.
And how would you say that your experience there at Hightower, how has it left a lasting impact on you?
That's why I kind of learned how to be a man there. Mm-hmm. Kind of learned how to do a lot of things on my own. Actually, start being a little mature. Like all my teammates call me old head. It's like, bro, I've seen a lot, man. Like I just happen to see a lot at a young age. So
you happen to have matured at a young age.
Yeah, so it was like, you can't keep. Like I've seen, I still have fun. I joke around, but I still be making old man jokes and stuff. So they be like, man, I got an old dad. My dad's 70. My dad's 75 right now. My dad had me at 52. So, like, I got an old dad. I didn't grow up around a bunch of young people besides my cousins, and they were all bad. All my cousins was bad. So, like, I'm like, kind of like the only athlete that kind of like slipped out, out the family. Besides my younger cousins, there's some athletes in there now. But Hightower really taught me how to be a man, and like just my experiences taught me how to hustle. I was selling snacks at school.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, bro, and make tacos, like sell tacos at school.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd be out there
Slim Jims, Gatorade, body armor.
Would you pack up? Would you get everything like during the weekend? Get ready for the week?
Yeah, I get everything during the weekend. I had a buddy who worked at Kroger, and he would give me his discount. So I'll go in Kroger and like buy all the 6 packs of drinks. Lemonade, Sprites, Minute Maids, man. I actually bought my first car like that. I bought my first car like that, man. I ended up buying like a Saturn Ion. It was like $2,000. And then my mom totaled it. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. That's why I say high school taught me a lot, bro. Because like it really like taught me that if you want something, you can get it. Like you can get it for sure. It just takes the patience. You got to be willing to go through the rough times, in order to see the brighter days. So I feel like high school taught me a lot. Like I feel like high school's honestly taught me a lot more than, I'm not going to say, well, yeah, high school's probably taught me more than college has. Like I'll say that.
More to life.
How
to really hustle. It seems like
college was the actual experience.
Yeah. It prepared you for what it would be like in college.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, throughout this time, was football one of the only sports you were playing, or were there other sports you were also getting into while you were in high school?
Everybody would try a little baseball. The boxing aspect didn't take that far. Tried. But for some reason, my senior year, our soccer coach wanted me to play goalie so bad. He's like, dude, you're aggressive. Soccer's like one of the only sports you can take people out and not get in trouble for it. I'm like, dude, I've also seen people break their legs in soccer. Like, I'm kind of scared, but I'm not trying to get crossed over with a ball. But I played
a little bit,
just a little bit, but I never played in the game. I never went that far. I played basketball my freshman and sophomore year of high school, but then I just gave that up for football.
But it was mainly just football 4 years.
And track. I ran track, yeah. I actually was going to run track here last year, but Coach Bish was like, when I finally was able to be put on scholarship, he's like, well, if I'm going to give you a scholarship, you're going to have to be football only. I'm like, I got you, Coach. Don't worry, I got you.
What were you going to run? What events?
I was going to try to run the 200, 100, and probably the 4x4. Those are events I ran in high school. I don't know if you know JQ.
Yeah,
That's like my brother. Him and Taylor.
Really?
Yeah, we all went to the same high school.
Okay,
Yeah,
I did not know that.
So we was like all on like the same like teams and stuff like in high school.
All the same relay teams. It would have fit perfectly.
Sometimes they had their own relays. Like JQ was fast, bro.
Hey,
still fast.
They were started breaking some records last year. So they're pretty fast.
JQ was fast, bro. But you know, as far as like sprints and stuff, I'd be on like the 4x1, 4x2. But 4x4, they was like killing people. Like it was running 3:08 in high school.
But you got some speed on you. What's your time?
I'm not slow. I don't want to lie. I think like the fastest 200 I've ever ran is like either a high 21 or a low 22. Not a low 21.
The 100?
100. I don't think I have no time in the one. But I've like split like 10-7 before, 10-6 on a 4x1 split. But those are splits. Everybody knows splits are slower than your actual time. But 4x4, open 400, I've ran 49 before.
Okay.
That's not like, but like split, I've split like a 49, like or 50 point, like something like that. Nothing too crazy, but those are like I never really focused on like the 400. I felt like I always could have been faster in the 400. Simply because I always used to run with JQ and them, and they would like I'll run with them at practice. I wouldn't be too far behind, you know, like maybe a step or two. But then they'll go drop 48, 47, you know, in high school.
They got different speed.
Yeah, now JQ running 44s and 45s, like that's just crazy.
Those guys are insane.
Taylor splitting 47s and 48s, like that's fast. You know, like we did have a lot of fast people. So like I ran track, like it was kind of like a thing where like you had to run track because like if you're like a leader on the team, like in high school, Coach made you run track, and then I kind of like fell in love with track a little bit for a little while because all my buddies ran track. Like Taylor and JQ were like my guys. Taylor still runs here.
And were they also playing football at the same time, or were they just track?
Taylor played our freshman year of high school. JQ played all four. That's how me and JQ met. Like this is my best friend to this day. Call him like that's my brother. Like we met on the football field, and then I was big in FFA. Like I'm still an animal science major here in college. I was big in FFA in high school, and like one day, me and JQ, like we had joked around during the week about like, you know, like hanging out over the weekend, and bro, I pulled up to the barn to go feed my pig, you know, like the school barn, because it was right behind our school. And I feed my pig, I'm getting ready to leave, and a car just comes, like, blocks off the gate. And I'm like, bro, he, like, honking the horn at me. I'm like, dude, move. He doesn't move. We start laughing and joking. He moves out the way. I leave. Dude follows me home. It's JQ. He follows me home. We end up sitting and talking. Bro, probably, like, the best thing I've ever did, have a conversation with that guy that day. And it turned into like a brotherhood. He called my mom, I called his mom. That's like my brother. Like we've been through so much stuff together, and I'm so proud of him for what he's doing right now. You know, like he's also a big influence. I seen that dude not quit. He went 2 semesters. It went 2 years here. Yeah. Like 2 full years here without running a dropper track because of his grades. And that guy ran 1 season here, went to A&M, Triple Crown. Broke all the records.
Dog.
And he has some big news coming out soon.
Okay.
I haven't told nobody. He ain't told nobody yet. He got some big news coming out soon. So it's so good, you know, to see like people around you and the people that you like, you know, actually put in hard work with, you know, do well.
And in high school, when you were doing FFA, what animals were you showing?
I showed pigs. I only showed swine.
Did you enjoy doing it? Did you like doing it?
It was fun. It was fun for sure. I kind of miss my pigs, bro.
Yeah, I showed animals. I never did FFA for my school, but I was in 4-H all the time. And I mean, I showed goats, and I love showing goats. I tell people every now and then, like, I still miss it. I wish I could go out there and I could go show a goat sometimes.
Yeah, nah. The only other thing besides that was like calf scramble and stuff, like do things like that. And then I was on like the judging teams, like Yeah, I would do like meat judging and like.
But it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Like floral design.
Did you get to go travel with your school?
Yeah, we went to A&M. Went to a couple county shows. Like nothing too crazy though. Like went just to a couple county shows and went to A&M once. Other than that, that's about it. Went to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. You know.
So now we'll go ahead and take you back into a little bit of football. Your senior year, season's over. Like you mentioned, you started getting all these all-district awards or first-team awards and everything. What was your recruiting process like after your senior year, or I mean, throughout your high school career? What was your recruiting process like?
Like my senior year, I ended up having a big game my senior year. Well, the whole linebacker room did. We played Rosenberg Terry, and they were a triple option team, and we held them to 0 points. We held them to 0 points. They had like negative 60 rushing yards at the end of the game, and like I had like 20 tackles.
Holy!
Christian Hood had 20 tackles. Our Mike linebacker had like 20 tackles.
Oh my God!
It was crazy. Like we were flying around the ball that game, and the next day, I think that same day. Like that same Friday, Devon A-Chain went for like, he was playing Manville, went for like 9 touchdowns or something. Yeah, did something crazy. So like we were sitting in class and then we got a call from coach. Well, like they like came and pulled us out of class, and like as I'm walking, like I see somebody else has Hood, somebody else has Jordan Roseboro. So we're like all walking, we're trying to figure out what's going on.
Why all three of us?
Like why all three of us, you know, like.
What do we do?
We didn't get in trouble. Like, bro, we played Friday. It's Monday. Like, what did we do over the weekend? We couldn't have done nothing that bad.
We didn't do anything.
So we get there, and Coach Sam is like, I got somebody I want y'all to meet. But we look, and it's like a helicopter on our practice field. We're like, what's going on? We like, what's going on? So we look. He's like, I got somebody that want to talk to y'all. He's like, I'm going to send y'all in there as a group. We go in there, Kirby Smart sitting down at the table. And he's like, these are the guys who had 20 tackles? Like, he says that, you know, and I'm like, like, I know we look little. Like, Hood's huge for sure. Like, I'm small. I'm like 170 at the time, but I'm playing outside linebacker. And we talked. It started from there, you know. I ended up taking a visit to A&M. I went to Georgia. Took a visit to Georgia. But I never really pulled a big-time offer like that. But I did have a chance to take those visits. And then, like, my senior year, but I also had gotten into a little trouble, which did stop, you know. It wasn't, like, crazy, like, no street trouble or, like, criminal trouble.
Like, we can't bring this guy in.
Yeah, it was, like, I made some mistakes, you know. Like, in the heat of the moment, made some mistakes on the field.
You live and you learn situations.
Yeah, live and you learn situations, you know. And I like at the end of my senior year, like we were in the playoffs and we were up, and like my whole team was like celebrating real, like all loud. We were up, and it's like 40 seconds left on the game clock, and I'm like, guys, the game's not over. Like we need to focus. Like, as those words come out of my mouth, we're punting the ball. Caleb Douglas was the punter at the time. He's a starting receiver at Texas Tech right now, though. And he's balling, hooping. Just had a crazy game versus Utah. He's the punter. They block the punt, score a touchdown. We lose the game.
Yeah,
we lose the game.
What an
we lose the game. So we're preparing for the second round of playoffs. And, you know, I'm like, this is supposed to be a for sure win. Like, we're up 14 with a minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. And with 48 seconds left, they block a field goal and take it to the house. I mean, block a punt and take it to the house. And they go up.
Yeah.
We had one chance at throwing the Hail Mary. We threw the Hail Mary. We caught it on, like, the 5-yard line. It pushed us out of bounds. The game was over. So, like, when that happened, I'm like, I don't have an offer. I don't have an offer from nowhere. Like, I'm cooked.
What's gonna happen?
Like, I ain't going to school to play football. Like, this is over with. So, like, at that time, I was, like, just sitting and talking. You know, I was hurt for sure because of the way we lost. You know, I felt like we could have went a lot further, but it is what it is. So, like, I'm like, man, like, I see my teammates getting offers. I'm like, I'm going to put me together a highlight tape. So I made a highlight tape. Coach Sam, I showed it to Coach Sam. He was like, let me redesign this for you. He put it in the correct format. I posted it, and this is funny. 10 minutes after I posted my highlight tape, I got my first offer. Like, and guess who it was from?
Who?
Soul Ross. We played Soul Ross. We played Soul Ross this week. Soul Ross offered me seconds, like literally like minutes after I posted my highlight. I posted my highlight tape, and in the next 10 minutes, I was sitting on the stairs. I got a call, and I was talking to my mom. Got a call. We was sitting on the stairs, and I'm like, Mama, I just got an offer. Like, I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
And this was back when Soul Ross was still D3, right?
They were D3.
Yeah.
So I got the Soul Ross offer, and then the next day I ended up getting like a few more offers, and then I ended up picking up a UTPB offer. Mm-hmm. I picked up a couple D2s up north, and like Sterling, like a Shasta College. I picked up a small Division I, but it was like in New Hampshire.
And you would have had to go some distance.
I'm like, nah, I'm not going to New Hampshire. I'm not going to New Hampshire.
Where?
But
and when was this? When was it that you graduated?
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So this was, you started joining in during the middle of COVID. You graduated during COVID.
Yeah, I graduated during COVID. So, like, I picked up those few offers, and then I'm like, man, I still don't see any of these schools. So I started picking up JUCO offers. I'm like, I guess I'm going to just go JUCO. Mm-hmm. But then JQ ended up getting an offer from A&M-Kingsville for track, because he was committed to blend at the time. He ended up getting an offer here from track, and I'm like, okay. Coach Buff, I don't know if you remember Coach Buff.
No.
Coach Buff was the DC here my freshman year, and he was in the office, and Coach Sam had brought me in. He was like, when I walked in, Coach Buff was like, I like this guy. He got little ankles. Like, what?
Talking about you got little ankles?
Got little ankles? Like, that's
What's
not
this guy
good.
talking about?
That's not good. He's like, okay, well, we're going to bring you down on the visit. I'm like, off of little ankles? Like, that's all I got. So I came down on the visit. Mind you, JQ had committed here. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, man, this is great. Like,
JQ's already here?
Like, my brother's already here. Like, I'm like, it's just meant to be. Because I had also took a visit to Arkansas State, but they were, like, trying to offer me a PWO. And then I had took a visit to Arkansas Monticello. And, like, I was going to commit there, but it was kind of too far from my family, you know. And then I took the visit here, and I'm like, man, like, I got in the area, I'm like, Kingsville ain't the best place in the world, but it definitely is kind of nice for me, you know. So, like, a couple of days later, I ended up committing after the visit. And then Taylor got an offer to here. Mm-hmm. So it was just like, it was crazy. JQ committed, I committed, Taylor committed.
Everybody.
So it's like, oh, we all had our signing day at the same table. Like, it was fine. Like, the three brothers are still together, you know. Mm-hmm.
And how did that feel, knowing that all three of you guys were still going to stick together and go to the same university?
It was honestly fine. Like, we all roomed together as freshmen. Mm-hmm. It was in Lucio Hall, roomed together. It's no biggie. It was pretty cool to have those guys around here. And then, you know, I ended up winning a starting job when I got here as a freshman. And then I got big-headed. I ended up having a conversation with Daryl Green. And we were talking, and Daryl Green went up to Coach. I didn't know this, but Coach Mo ended up telling me. He was like, y'all need to move that kid out the linebacker room. Because I was like 170 pounds, bro, starting at middle linebacker as a freshman. I'm like flying around, but like, I'm like, dude, I'm getting killed. I'm getting killed. Like, if I run into a lineman, bro, I never forget my welcome to college moment. We were playing Midwestern. Like, that's why I want to play them so bad this year. Like, my welcome to college was playing Midwestern, dude. I got choke slammed. Like, it was crazy. I got picked up. Yes, got picked up off my feet and choke slammed. I'm like, dude, like, this is crazy. Like,
you ain't got to do all that to me.
Bro, I'm still a kid, bro. I just turned 18 like 6 weeks ago, bro. And now y'all choke slamming me, dude. But I was a feisty freshman though. I told Coach Buff when he recruited me, I was like, I'm not coming in to red shirt. I'm not coming in to do none of that. I'm coming in to play, like, and that was kind of how it was. So that recruiting process kind of led me up to being here, and then with the fact that JQ and Taylor also had the offers, and they committed, I was like, that's just where I'm going, you know, because like all the big schools had kind of like started passing on me after they like word started getting around about what I had done. Like it was what it was, but it was a pretty nice process.
And then you end up staying here for 2 years?
Yeah, I stayed here for 2 years. After my freshman season, that first game I was telling you about versus Midwestern, I actually tore everything in my hip in that game.
God.
So I ended up having to have hip surgery, but I ended up playing 2 more games after that. So I finished that little season off. And then I ended up medical redshirting the next season. And then I came back that spring, and I was kind of big-headed, you know. Dale Green was telling me, like, when we had a small conversation, he was like, you need to get out of here. Like, because at that time, like, I was like, man, I got so many other skill sets that I could use, you know, and I ended up getting in the transfer portal, like, after those 2 seasons, and then I went over to Texas State. And honestly, that's where things just took a turn for me, because like, I felt like I was good enough to play there, you know, but I never really received a shot.
And how long were you there at Texas State?
For 2 years.
For 2 years?
Well, year, 3 semesters, we're going to say.
3 semesters, year and a half?
3 semesters, but it felt like 2 years. You know? Like,
and how was your time there? What was that time
fun
like?
as hell. It was fun.
It was
fun, but it was so draining as far as, like, you know, the aspect of trying to pursue a dream. Like, that place kind of, like, sucked the life out of the dream of football for me. So, I was, like, at that point, I was okay with being done. Like, until I told you about the text I remembered I had from Coach Mo.
And Coach Mo was already still a coach here your first time around.
And Coach Mo was one of the guys, like, it was kind of crazy. Like, he never gave up on the idea of me coming back, because I had already been at Texas State for 2 years. Like, I was long gone. I'm like, they not thinking about me
You weren't
no
thinking
more.
about
I'm like, they not thinking about me no more. But Coach Mo had texted me, and, like, that message that I was telling you about was in, like, January. I didn't text him back till, July 27th? Like, it was crazy, and he responded within, like 20
6
minutes.
months later,
like,
7 months later.
I texted him back 6-7 months later. He responded in 20 minutes. He's like, come back. I'm like, say no more. Say no more. You know? And, like, I just appreciate that guy. Coach Moses played a big role in, like, bringing the love of the game back to me. Even though that dude coached so hard, bro. Coach Mo coaches so hard. But he only do it out of love, though, so.
But how was it for you coming back after spending those 3 semesters away from Kingsville? How was it like coming back to a place that you had already been at before, and the coaches, you already knew most of the coaches already? How was it coming back?
Honestly, it was kind of easy because me and Ms. Hannah had already had a good relationship, so like getting the compliance paperwork done, that took no time. So we literally got it done in one day. She got it
everything settled.
Taken care of for me. And, you know, just coming back in, it's like Coach Mo knew what I could do. Like, he knew what I could do as a player, but, like, everybody else didn't. You know, they were just going off, like, the word of mouth, you know. Like, because he would tell me, he was like, man, I've always mentioned you, like, since you left. And I'm like, okay. Like, so coming back, like, I knew the environment. I knew the place wasn't a bad place, you know. Like, Kingsville isn't a bad place. Like, I'm fine here. Like, but it was a big shift, like, coming from Texas State, you know, like, with the environment there, like, and then coming here. But I would say it's surprising, like, with the fact that Kingsville kind of has more of, like, a culture than Texas State actually has. Like, Texas State is finding their identity now with their new head coach and, like, their athletic identity. But, like, Kingsville's already had one.
We've had it built for decades on
So you can kind of feel the difference, like, within the programs. But I'll say, like, the biggest thing was, like, I already knew. So there wasn't much adapting. There was just a lot of focusing to do.
And has your playing time here at TAMUK, I mean, has there been or just playing time in general for collegiate, has there been a favorite memory or favorite moment that you've had, either whether on the field or off the field?
Last year, I didn't play week 1. I didn't play week 2. I didn't play week 3. So I didn't play none of the schools we played. I didn't get to play UTPB last year.
We had home, away, and you didn't play till our first home back?
Yeah.
Week 4?
Yeah, week 4. I came in and I only played kickoff versus Sol Ross. Only played kickoff. And, like, those were the best moments of my life because I real life hadn't played in a college game, like, actually stepped on the college field and, like, took snaps. Like, practice was practice, you know, like, of course I practiced, but I hadn't taken snaps in a while. And I came back and I played Sol Ross.
And those few snaps.
Like those, but it wasn't few. We kicked the ball off like 9 times
I do remember that.
We put up like 60
points. It wasn't few, but
so we kicked the ball 9 times, bro, and every time, like, it was just me racing myself over and over again, like, just living the thrill of flying down. And then finally, like, I was trying to get a tackle so bad. Finally, like, on the last kickoff of the game, like, we had got a penalty. So we ended up kicking the ball from, like, our own 15-yard line, like, on a kickoff. So I was like, this is the prime moment. So I'm just flying down the field. The guy, like, sees me come. He, like, runs away from me. I chase him down. I make my first tackle. I'm like, oh, I am so back. And then, like, that was a big moment for me. And then coming back.
I want to say I got a video of you and EB getting a tackle.
That was versus Midwestern. That was the following week.
I wouldn't say I do know.
Midwestern, that was on kickoff too, coming down to kickoff. Because that was all I was playing. I was still just only playing kickoff versus Midwestern. I didn't finally get any defensive snaps with the team until Angelo. We were down versus Angelo, and Coach Bish looked at me, and he was like, it's like, you don't know anything. I'm like, I do know the defense. No, I didn't. I'm like, I do know the defense.
Say so, get out there on the field.
I do know the defense. He asked me, he was like, what you got in this? The only thing I was able to answer, he asked me the only thing that I felt like I knew for sure. He was like, what do you have in Zorro? It's like, what's your pass drop? Middle of the field. Middle of the field. I just gave away some inside trade right there. So, but that was,
we'll bleep that out.
He was like, what's your pass drop? I was like, say what I said. I was like, okay. He gave me a snap. I'm like, oh, man, I got like the whole last drive, even though we were losing pretty bad, you know, because we was losing bad. He gave me a drive, and then from there, like, it just started. Like, I knew once I got that first defensive snap, like, I knew, like, I was going to start getting more and more.
They started coming in bunches.
So we did that. I got one drive versus, it was really like 3 plays versus Angelo, and then I got a full drive versus Central Washington. Then we went to Western Oregon, and I came down on the kickoff versus Western Oregon and, like, hit a guy, and the ball flew in the air, and, like, it was like a crazy hit to start the game. Like, it juiced the crowd up, and then Coach Bishop was like, you're going to play more today. You know, I'm like, this is crazy.
You know, it's funny that you bring up that story. That was literally one of the questions I was going to ask about your fumble recovery for you to take me through the moment.
That's crazy. No, but I can talk to you about that now. Kind of like when I knew they had scored and then we had scored, so it was a tie game. I knew we needed a momentum like changer. You know, I knew we needed something because it was their homecoming, so their crowd was rocking. They was talking trash.
Anytime
to
it's someone else's homecoming,
you know,
you want
they was talking trash to us. So I'm like, man, I need to make a play. Like I'm not getting no defensive rep, but I need to make a play. Like we need something. So we kicking the ball off after we just scored, and I like the whole time we have been watching film, and I know that the backside fullback on that kickoff comes all the way across the field to pick me up. I'm like, he's never gonna get here. Like I'm running way too fast. He's not gonna touch me. And just so happened, I'm running way too fast and he misses. I'm like, oh, it's over with. Like, I don't even try to like break down, make a proper tackle. I just clothesline the guy. I just boom. And the ball flies in the air. I get up, my shoulders numb. Like, I can't feel nothing on this side of my body. But I'm celebrating. Whole time I should be getting the ball. I'm like, but my teammates are jumping on the ball, but I'm celebrating. And like, that was just a big moment because like after that, I played more that game. I think I played like 3 drives that game. And after Western Oregon, we ended up going to Western New Mexico. I started Western New Mexico game. That was my first start back. I ended up finishing that game. I think I finished with like 6 tackles, like a TFL, 2 TFLs or something like that. And then we came home and I started against Eastern New Mexico. And that was just like, I finally got back in the groove of things and I just started snapping versus them. I think I led the team in tackles that game.
Yeah, 8 tackles for what I have here.
Yeah. Well, on
Maybe
film,
more.
I had a lot more than 8.
Maybe more.
I think I had 8 at halftime, but I didn't get them all. I wasn't like, because I had 4 on the first drive. And I remember those vividly because I ended up getting a 4th down stop on the drive. I was like, oh, it's going down.
What's that feeling like whenever you do get a 4th down stop? You know, and that they're testing you, think that they can get it on 4th down. And you just
it was like first I thought we kind of already knew that they were going to go for it because they're a triple option team, you know. And like once they get it like 4th and 1, 4th and 2, they're going to run the ball. Like this is just what they do. Like they finna try. But I was surprised that they did it on the first drive of the game. I was like,
opened it up like that.
I was like, Coach Bitch looked at me. I'm like, let's do it. Like, let's go. I was like, okay. So I lined up and like, they fed tight. So I just scraped it. Boom. The guy ran straight into me. 4th down stop. Hendo pushed me down. I'm like, oh, I get up. We turned up. It was pretty cool though. It was pretty cool. Like, especially just that being my first game back, like full-time starting, full-time reps. Like, I was able to make a statement on that first drive. I feel like that game helped Coach Bish trust me a lot more because he never seen me just raw, like being my element and playing the game like without thinking, but like doing everything to my best ability, you know. And I felt like I was able to get into that mode in that game. You know, and just let my pads talk, like just fly sideline to sideline. Like I felt like nothing could get past me in that game. Like if it breathed, I was on it. Like, I love when I have those moments because you know it kind of like bring back that kid feeling.
And does the game just slow down for you?
Slow down. It just slow down and you just in there and you like, I know what's coming. Like I've watched it on film. I've seen this 1,000 times. As soon as you run it, I'm there. It's like that, like just that feeling of like being in that mode, you know, getting that rhythm. Like that's the best thing. I feel like all players will tell you, like, once you find that rhythm, like that's the best thing. You playing at a level of like, you feel like you're untouchable almost.
Yeah, it's just a different feeling because you're so locked in the game and where that's the only thing that you're focused on, and you just feel like nothing can stop you during that. And what was that? Those last few games, what were? I mean, like you said, you got your groove back. You're finally getting those defensive snaps. Like what was last year? What did it mean to you finally getting back on the field and finally playing some meaningful snaps and meaningful games?
It kind of like meant the world to me because honestly, my mom had never seen me play a college football game, and that was like the first season. And my dad actually made it to a game. Like, my dad made it to maybe 2 of my high school football games, but he don't miss my college games. Like,
Is that every game?
He don't miss them. Like, besides the last game, he wasn't able to get a ride down here because my sister both went on vacation, so they weren't able to bring him down here. But like, just to see like my dad cheering, like, and my sister's cheering, like, for me actually doing something and not like for my teammates, you know, like, not to be selfish, but like I was to be able to, you know, contribute in some way. You know?
Want to be the reason why someone's cheering for you.
Yeah. So like that was just like that helped me a lot, man, because I went through some rough moments, you know, outside of football, and I feel like those moments right there helped me like remember like why I do it, like big time, like why I play the game. Like, cause it's not an easy game to say you want to play, especially not at the college level. Like, things get rough, so.
And I mean, for your process, what it seems like, I mean, like you really had to love the game because, like you said, I mean, there were many times there was that stint where you weren't playing any games.
Right.
You were just practicing. You were just out there showing up Monday through Friday whenever y'all practicing and not seeing any real playing time. And to finally get those snaps back here at TAMUK where you were before, and I mean, I bet it had to be an amazing feeling, and finally everything like about damn time.
Yeah.
It finally all paid off.
For a fact, I was like, man, the door has opened, you know, and those are things that you pray for. You pray for God to open up doors that no man could close, and I feel like that was the one. Like, when that door opened, I feel like the only person who could close that on me is me, and I've taken that from there. Like, and I thank God every day for that opportunity, and I never regret coming back.
And now I want to take it a little bit, talk about a few things off the field. What do you do whenever it's not football? Whenever you're not watching film, practicing, getting ready for the Sunday game, what is Jakari Landry doing just on his own time? What's his hobbies? What's his favorite thing to do? You like to go fish? You like to do something?
Fishing. I love fishing. I love fishing. Right now.
You go out here?
Yeah, I've been to Rivera. I've been fishing Rivera a lot. I even brought D-Cam and EB fishing with me, and they got addicted. We used to have like a weekly fishing trip during the summer. We used to go. One day we went fishing for so long. Like, we finished morning workouts, went fishing at like 1 o'clock, and we went to Corpus. We drove all the way to Corpus. The wind was crazy in Corpus. We fished Corpus till like 8 p.m. We drove all the way back to Rivera, went fished in Rivera, fished Rivera until like 12 o'clock, and then came home.
Oh.
Yeah, man. But we had some adventures over the summer. Like, we just fell in love with fishing. I mean, the fact that D-Cam was always fishing me, but he never fished saltwater. So the fact that I took him out there, and like, I think his first time out there, he caught like 20 trout, like back to back to back, back to back. He's like, oh crap.
He had the hot hand out there.
Yeah. And then EB wasn't catching nothing, and then EB started catching a bunch of fish. So it was like I'd be sitting at the house, and then EB called me. He'd be like, "What you want to do about that water?" You know, talking in the New Orleans accent. And then I'm like, "Man, call Cam." Then we all jump on the group FaceTime call. He's like, "What we doing?"
Where we going?
Going fishing. We going fishing. So we go out there. Some days we stay 12 o'clock. Some days we stay to 2 o'clock in the morning. But we used to always catch fish, and then I bring it home. I clean it all there. Clean it all at the dock, and then
y'all have some fish fries here?
We all just come by the crib, we fry some fish up or make a barbecue. I'll barbecue for the rest of the team, and then EB barbecue, and then I make the fish in the crib. You know, we always did something. It was pretty cool. That's why, you know, like, I feel like my outside hobbies kind of like drew some teammates in, you know. Man, I like that. Like, I love fishing. I'm also a big time bowler. Like, I love the bowl. Like, I wish our bowling alley here on campus was a little bit better. Cause I went in there, I threw my ball a few times, and I got it back, and it was like chunks of like my ball missing. I'm like, I can't do this. Like,
you can't be doing
like
that.
this is an expensive ball, and now I got a groove that go from one side of the ball to the other, and it's like unfixable unless I go get the ball resurfaced.
Have you ever tried getting on the base?
I've heard about it, bro, but I don't know how.
Yeah, you gotta have somebody who has a card. I don't know. I used to get on the base because I'm from here. I used to get on the base with a buddy who had a pass to get on because his dad was in the military, so he had a military card to get on, and so that's how we'd get on to go get on the rec or go play basketball there. But other than that, I don't know how you can't get on. So I think you just need to find somebody with a card.
Okay, they got a really nice bowling alley in there.
I think they do. It's been a long time since I've been there, but from what I remember, I think it was actually pretty decent.
Okay.
A lot better than what we got here.
Don't tell nobody that's a business idea I got. I'm gonna open up one here.
They ain't see it, but they heard it.
Oh, man.
We'll beat that up though. You gotta save your idea for yourself. But other than that, what else is there that maybe you like to do that people don't know or people wouldn't expect for you to like to do? What music do you like to listen to?
I listen to like a lot of different kind of music. Like
A little bit of everything.
yeah, I got some hard metal sometimes.
Hard metal.
I got like some simple rock, country music. I love country music. Some R&B sometimes, rap. Like I can always go I can always go for some Billie Eilish on game day.
Okay.
Some Erykah Badu.
Yeah, I remember one of the football questions we did this earlier. You said Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I like to just be calm. I don't really like to play like too amped up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll listen to Billie Eilish, and then right before I go out, I always listen to "Bottoms Up" by Brayley Galbert. It's a country song.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think I know what you're doing.
Yeah, I always listen to that, and that's just like this is what I do with music. Like I'm interested in any kind of music, however it comes. Like even some jazz sometimes. And then sometimes I just don't listen to nothing but the wind. Like I'll drive like from here to Houston, no music, just the wind.
Just yeah.
You know, like I don't know. I just like clearing my mind like that sometimes.
That's not bad. I know there's times I used to drive an 05 Chevy, lawn bed, single cab. AC didn't work, so I'd have the windows down every single time, and sometimes I'd love just driving the back roads, just with the windows down and just cruising back there, and it does get peaceful. It does help. I like the peace and quietness sometimes.
Yes, absolutely. Just
gotta
hearing the
enjoy
truck. Just
Yeah.
hearing the truck sometimes, man. That's a big thing.
And so now we're nearing the end, or basically at the end. Now I like to talk about what people's future are going to be like. You said that you're studying animal science. What got you into studying animal science? Was it the extension of being an FFA throughout your high school and all that, or what has it been?
Really just my FFA was a thing. Like, you know, everybody sees the animal and like, hey, I would like an animal.
Mm-hmm.
But what about what can you do to help the animals? Like this was a big thing for me. Like, what more can you understand about them? Mm-hmm. Like, cause also understanding animals kind of help you understand like humans. You know, like, cause we kind of are the same in certain ways. So I just wanted to have a true understanding of like the way animals operated. You know, like where your food come from. Like that's just what I wanted to learn.
What it takes to help them out.
Yeah, like, cause maybe like people they use all these animals for like, you know, like trials and like studies and like what can you do to help the animals? Like what more can you learn about what you're consuming? Like as far as like livestock and stuff like that. And that was just a big thing for me. Like I just wanted to know like what I was consuming and like what I could do to help them. You know, if we can supply better food supplies later on in life.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe that's something I can contribute to. You know, or like opening up like my own ranch or something, you know.
Oh,
Like big
I'd like
time.
to open up a ranch.
Yeah.
And so, probably the last question I ask everybody, after your collegiate career is over, what are the plans or what's something that you have in mind to do after it's all said and done?
I was looking at the Game Warden Academy for a while, and I've thought about it. You know, I've given it some thoughts. I also worked in the meat lab with Dr. Machado like last semester. I fell in love with that. Like,
where at?
Here on campus.
Here on
Actually,
campus?
we actually have a meat lab here on campus where
I did not know that.
Yeah, we bring in animals. Like certain people bring in animals, or we'll slaughter them here ourselves, and you know, clean them, process them.
That actually sounds pretty cool.
Turn them into sausages, steaks. Yeah, like last semester I probably made 1,000, 2,000 pork chops, like 30, maybe 300 pounds of sausage. Like
y'all get to
crazy.
keep them, or do y'all send
Nah,
them
sometimes if it's processed for like a customer.
Oh, so y'all doing for customers?
Yeah,
too.
but it's like federally exempt, so it can't be sold.
Yeah.
It can't be sold because it doesn't go through like the same processes it does for like the meats and that you can buy off the shelf in the store.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go through like the same inspections and stuff because it's like private. So they'll come here because we have a cheaper price simply because it's exempt from, you know, customs. And like we would process all kind of things: deer, nail guy. We had some goats, cattle, swine, you name it. Like everything. I think we did everything besides chickens in there. And like I also had the chance to go in and actually do like the slaughtering process myself. You know, like stunning and captive boat.
Pretty nice experiences.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice experience. You just, you know, you gotta have a stomach to stomach those kind of things.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not like in the factories they have like all these things that like removes the blood and you know, they stun the animal, clean out all the intestines, one machine, you know. That's all one process there. Here is like 4 different processes. You gotta knock stick. You knock stick, you load it up, bring it over to the meat lab. You knocking stick off campus, you bring it over to the meat lab. Hurry up and take care of things before something goes bad, you know, and then you process the rest of the animal. And then later on in the week, you take it, make sausage, pork chops, steaks, everything, tenderloins, and you got all these different kind of bags, and you actually get to figure out the anatomy of animals and, you know, like actually where your food comes from and like what part of the animal you're eating when you're eating a certain kind of steak, you know, or a certain kind of sausage you get. Yeah, and that was a big thing for me. And I feel like being in the meat lab and working in the meat lab, like that actually helped me like understand, like as I told you, I wanted to know where my food came from and like how it was made. Like that helped me big time. Because now I understand the different cuts, like why this cut costs so much and why that one doesn't. Why this one is tender and why this one doesn't get tender. Why is it tough, you know? Like, cause that all comes from the knocking and sticking and, you know, the processing of your animal as far as like how tough your food gets and like, but just some parts of the muscle, like you cut, or they're just naturally tough. So they'll always be cheaper than, you know.
The other one.
Yeah.
Well, Jakari, that's it. That's all we got, man. Again, this was a long interview, all right? I'm sure you don't know, but me personally, I do not mind. I love the longer interviews. I mean, I think this was a amazing interview. I thank you so much for coming on. Like I said, this was the second one. I haven't been doing, or I had stopped beginning of August because I know they know. I'm not sure if you were aware. I was doing a 100-day content challenge.
Yeah, I was
where
aware. I paid attention to all 100 days, bro.
I
watched. I liked them all.
I appreciate that,
bro.
I really appreciate that. I mean, I wanted to make sure to get those 100 days over with because they started becoming a pain in the ass a little bit towards the end. But we got it. We got it done, and we got our podcast finally starting. We're gonna be doing them weekly. And again, I appreciate you for joining, man. Again,
appreciate you, bro.
Thank you so much.
clock, never needed no wristwatch. Toast up, cheers to life, but this ain't no pit stop. Ayy, my words don't get you to the top. Speak life into the mic like Mike at 90, pass me the rock. My words will touch thousands on the block, without a doubt, but she's a reassurance on me, we lie. Ayy, off the clock, baby, but we tuned in, dialed in. Feel like Cat, how we always winning, man. It's up.